Hi folks, welcome to my Bit Retro Journal. This is a quick clip, 5 minutes or less. I recently did a set of videos that worked on showing ICE, which is the icon control environment you see in front of me. Both the actual interface and also the task files to allow, so the file manager that you see, and then also the windowing manager. And one of the things I did is I used choice in the windowing manager to create a RAM disk. And so I got some questions from a couple of viewers about like, oh, the QL can do RAM disks. And yeah, so I wanted to do a quick clip on RAM disks. I guess with sort of the next generation of computers back in the mid 80s with the Macintosh and the QL, the Amiga, the Atari ST, and then of course PCs as well, the idea of RAM disks sort of became more popular. And the QL does have a RAM disk. If you ever see sort of the Amiga Workbench, you see that one of the really cool things about even the first version of the Amiga is Workbench 1.3. It has a RAM disk built in, and it's a dynamic RAM disk. By that, it takes up zero memory until you put something into it. So there's two types of RAM disks. There's a static RAM disk, which basically you format ahead of time and decide how much memory to take away, and there is what's called a dynamic RAM disk, which is zero in size and then can take up as much as you need. You just copy into it and it'll just set aside memory. The QL has both, and I was going to demo these for you today. Okay, so I'm going to show you both RAM disks really quickly. So if I go into command shell mode and I look at MDV2, if I go, the way I have to do this is A equals resper, which reserves space, 2048. I've already looked at the size of this, so you can look at the size of the bin file, and then you're going to go L bytes, MDV2 RAM RD bin to that location, and then you're going to call it. And now if I format RAM 120, that'll give me, so you give a number, that gives you 20 sectors, which is 10K. And now I can copy something like MDV2 readme text to RAM 1 readme text. And there, you can see it's there, copy RAM 1 readme text to con, very fast. Okay, let me do the other one, and I'm going to just reboot real quick. All right, back. So this time I'm going to do A equals resper. I keep mistyping. And this one is smaller, 1526, and then L bytes MDV2 dynamic RAM disk bin to location A, and that basically loads it into memory. And now the nice thing is I already have a RAM disk. I don't have to do anything. It says 0 out of 0 sectors. Usually it tells you the first sector is being used, and I can do copy MDV2 readme text to RAM 1 readme text. RAM 1, and again, there it is. You can see that it gives you the number of sectors used as a negative number, saying it's removing it's taking up 2 bytes. And I can also say then copy RAM 1 readme text to RAM 2, and it'll automatically just copy it into. So all the 8 RAM disks exist, all of them. So there. So there's no RAM 9. Oh, it's typing too fast. But RAM 8, so you have eight RAM disks that are ready to go. You don't have to format any of them, so it's very handy. And of course, RAM disks also work in the ICE user interface. You copy things directly graphically by dragging it to the RAM disk. And so yeah, so RAM disks, a useful tool that allow you to more quickly use the file system with the slower media like microdrives and floppies. I'm going to end here, so thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.